Basin has been a part of me for 9 years, and some of you sitting in this auditorium, I've trained for 6 of those 9 years. Together, we've had the opportunity to change the life of a child with about 3,240 campers. I hope we struck gold a couple of times. Now, the goal that I don't tell you about is my goal to change the life of a counselor. And I really hope I struck gold a few times with that. Onward and upward, Legends of Pine Basin.
I'm Shariko. I worked at Pine Basin the summers of 05, 06, and 07. Some of my favorite memories tend to be the night hike. I loved being out in the woods in the dark, and I loved walking home with the kids in the dark with no flashlights, just the light of the star and the moon. And my advice to future or current counselors would be to just live it up, to play hard with the kids, to stay up late with your fellow counselors, just to play hard and party hard and make every moment count, because it goes by really, really fast, and you won't regret it.
Hi guys, I'm Natalia Weber, and I was at Pine Basin from 2012 to 2015. My favorite Pine Basin memories are walking home from the night hike, because those kids feel so empowered, and there's just nothing like that feeling of excited kids walking home, singing at night. It's awesome. My advice to you would just be to learn to enjoy the little moments, because learning to enjoy the small moments of life is going to help you for the rest of your life, and those are things that I learned at Pine Basin.
Hi, I'm Joe Capson. My favorite memories were probably working with the other counselors and working with the kids and just teaching. Yeah, just really love Pine Basin. I love the feeling, the family there, the other counselors. It was just like one of the best experiences I've ever had, best job I've ever had, that's for sure. My advice to any new counselors would be just enjoy it. While it's there, you'll always look back on it, always, and just try your very best, and just remember you're there for the kids, and you'll do great.
Alicia, Pine Basin named Rocky. I worked at Pine Basin from 2007 to 2010 and 2013. My favorite Pine Basin memories probably include bonding with the campers and staff, milkshakes in Jackson, and singing lullabies to the little girls. My advice would be to, while being flexible, always try to be as punctual as you can and stick to the schedule. Campers feel safe and secure when there's routine and structure, and counselors are less stressed. So always be on time and always make time for the campers.
Hey, my name is Clayton. Most people know me at Pine Basin as PETA, or the greatest Gaga player to have ever lived. I worked at Pine Basin from 2012 to 2015. If I had to give one piece of advice to any new counselors or CITs in general, it's just don't worry about being someone else, and don't worry about like what other people are thinking about you. Just think best of how can I help these kids have a good time, how can I help the camp run functionally, and how can I make a lasting impression on the people that I work with.
I am Angel Enby. I was with Pine Basin from 2004 to 2015. See, my fondest memory of Pine Basin was probably the growing experiences I had there. Being myself, not being afraid to make friends. Probably the advice that I'd give you is, first off, love every moment, because if I could go back, I would in a heartbeat. Pine Basin shaped who I am today, and anyone who knows me gets to hear everything about Pine Basin. They get to hear me rant about the night hike and about the kids and how much fun the kids were, and the bus, the singing, the Jackson Hole trip, everything. And don't be afraid to be yourself. I mean, you wouldn't be there if they didn't see potential in you. And you're going to be great, and you're going to do great, and those kids are going to love you. And there's nothing better than having a kid come up and hug you at the end of the week and telling you, I don't want to go because you're my best friend, or I had such a great experience at Pine Basin because of you.
Great memory would be going down to the creek with all the staff and all the kids, and we'd have these giant pots from the kitchen, and the kids would take cups, and we would just have the biggest water fight ever. It was so much fun. We'd get muddy, we'd get wet, Everybody was included, everybody's laughing, just having a great time. And if I could give you advice, it would be make sure you find that kid who is all alone. Treat them as if you were their parents and just love them so much. Invite them to play games with you. Just chat with them. Find the lonely one. There's always going to be the one that draws attention, but make sure you find that one that's alone or just kind of sitting back because they need you.
Hey everybody, I'm Vanessa and I was at Pine Basin as a counselor 7-ish years. My favorite memory was analyzing and like thinking about the kids that go in versus the kids that come out. Because there was a lot of times where I would see like big skater guys that were too cool for school and they kind of put on like this, oh I don't really care attitude. And as soon as they felt loved or included in other things, then they like had no problem making friends. And then if I had any advice to give future counselors or even some vets is find a good work-play balance, because I think what really defines a really good counselor is that balance. It's knowing when to go take a nap. It's also knowing when you need to work, when you need to start doing some like logistical stuff. But it's also knowing when to sit down and just go play with the kids, because that's what you need to do right now.
I'm Keaton Johnson. My favorite memory of Pine Basin is going up and setting up for the night hike on Tuesday afternoons and seeing the beautiful trail during the day, and then remembering the contrast during the night when the kids were super scared. And you know, we got to use that scariness as a lesson to help them overcome their fears. And my advice for any new counselors is if you find yourself without anything to do, find something. There's always something to be done. You can always prepare for the next day, you can always prepare for the next event, and get a meal ready. Or you can find a kid who might not have something to do. You can help them, you can play with them, you can make a game, you can make it an experience more.
My name is Arissa Johnson, and my favorite memory of Pine Basin is walking down to the lodge from the cabin in the mornings with the girls and asking them about their day, what they're excited about, and I also really enjoyed like after Jackson Day, walking in the dark on that trail all the way up to the cabin with those girls. My advice to you is that it's really great to do something with the kids. It's even better to teach them how to do something themselves. So if you can find a way to teach them how to do the game and instigate the game by themselves, or if you can teach them a joke that they can tell their friends, or teach them a scary story that they can actually tell themselves to make friends for the rest of their lives.
Courtney. Pine Basin has been a part of my life for a long time. I was a camper all the 3 years.
And I was a CIT, and then the last 2 years I've been a counselor, which has been so much fun. Choosing a favorite memory is what I would say is getting to know each and every one of those kids was one of my favorite memories. This group of kids is so different and they're so unique and so fun in their own way. Some advice I give to you new counselors is that you're there for the kids. Those kids are amazing and you guys are gonna go change these kids' lives. Also have patience, not just with your staff members or with the kids, but with yourself, because you're not gonna be perfect the first time around and people are gonna try to help you and critique you, and it might seem super stressful as a counselor, especially if you're brand new. But you guys got this. You guys are awesome, and you're gonna go change lives.
So I was a counselor at Pine Basin back in like 2005, 2006. But some of my fondest memories were hanging out with the kids. All these years later, it's still remembering how much fun it was to play with the kids. We'd go out to the stream, we'd look for beavers, we would see a fish, look for fossils, just the different experiences, going on a night hike. There's a ton of fun stuff you do up there. Just engage and enjoy it. If you're a new counselor up there, as much as it's tempting to hang out with the other counselors and be best friends with them, but while you're there, make it about the kids. Have fun with them, engage with them, be yourself, and you'll have a great experience. So just be yourself. Enjoy your experience at Pine Basin. I did, and I still love thinking about it.
Hey, my name's Matthew Humphreys. I was a Pine Basin counselor for about 5 years, and I was the assistant director for 1 year. I think my favorite memory from camp was we had a kid 1 year that his parents sent him up because they were working out their divorce that week, and he, at the last day of camp, just started crying because he didn't want to go back home. And that's my favorite memory, just because we created a space for a kid who was going through a hard time where he could just be a kid for a week. And I think that's what the point of camp is all about. So I think my piece of advice, if you want to really enjoy your summer as a Pine Basin counselor, it's to forget that any of it's about you, because none of it's about you. It's all about those kids that you get a week to influence. So just remember that. Good luck, everyone. You're gonna have a great summer, and I'm sure I'll be seeing you.
Going light your light, let it burn so bright, reaching up to the sky, and it's open wide, you're electrified. The world becomes a fantasy, and you're more than you could ever be, 'cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. And you know you can't go back again to the world that you were living in, 'cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. So come alive. I see it in your eyes. You believe that lie, that you need to hide your face, afraid to step outside. So you lock the door, but don't you stay that way. You and me, we know how that goes. 'Cause once you see it, oh, you'll never, never be the same. You feel like it's shining, bottle up to keep on shining. You can prove there's more to you. You cannot be afraid. Come alive, come alive. Go and light your light, let it burn so bright. Reaching up to the sky, and it's open wide. You're electrified, and the world becomes a fantasy, and you're more than you could ever be, 'cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. And we know we can't go back again to the world that we were living in, 'cause we're dreaming with our eyes wide open. So come alive. Come on, come on, come in, come on. To anyone who's bursting with a dream. Come on, you hear the call. To anyone who's searching for a way to break free. And the world becomes a fantasy, and you're more than you could ever be, 'cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. And we know we can't go back again to the world that we were living in, 'cause we're dreaming with our eyes wide open. Take a world and redefine it. Leave behind your narrow mind. You'll never be the same. Come alive, come alive. Go and light your light. Let it burn so bright. Reaching up to the sky, and it's open wide. You're electrified. And the world becomes a fantasy, and you're more than you could ever be, 'cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. And you know you can't go back again to the world that you were living in, 'cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. So come alive. I see it in your eyes. You believe that lie, that you need to hide your face, afraid to step outside. So you lock the
You want some advice? I'll give you some advice. So my advice to you is never eat the walking tacos right before you go on the staff chase. Also, if you ever have the chance to unplug one of the nasty toilets, just remember it's the 1, 2, 3 waltz. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, flash. So yeah, that's the, the plunger. Yeah, okay, you got it. Never ever eat Albertson's sushi. If you do once, you'll know what I mean. Yeah, you ought not ever to sing, a song about whomping a grandma at the playhouse after the play and we're supposed to sing. Kind of bad taste. It's been done. 2 words. Gold bond. On the staff chase, it's better to give away all of your chips than to break your ankle. And also, wear pants on the staff chase. Who doesn't think of that? If you drive the truck, put the keys on the nail. If you're going to have a mega bed, make sure nobody is lactose intolerant. Please don't hide from the parents on parents' night, especially in the bread cupboard. Should be out. When you're doing parents' night skits, please preview them. Make sure there's no bad words. Never put the truck in reverse. Also, the glowing spit water that we get from the highlighters is much better tasting than seltzer water. Ugh. Always treat Jen and Vanessa like they're queens. It's Charlie's camp, but it is Kaylin's kitchen. And finally, perform, teach, play, love, and do everything with all of your heart.